Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Miss Diva all the time. Y'all, I'm just gonna jump straight into it. This video, I wanted to come today and talk about molestation. When I was around, I want to say around about 5 years old, I remember my mom, she used to take me to my grandma's house, and which is her mother. She used to take me to my grandma's house and drop me off over there. And my grandma, one of my grandma's sister's sons, she had, I don't know, I think she had maybe temporary custody of them or something, but two of her sisters, two of her sons was living with her. And long story short, one of the sons used to touch on me as a little girl. And I remember my grandma had like in her living room, I think it's called like an autumn or something like that. And I used to love that. I used to love to lay on that. And I remember, I don't know how long it was going on. I'm just going off what I remember. I remember one day I went over there to my grandma's house and I was laying on that autumn. I think it's called an autumn. I could be wrong. But I was laying on it, and when I woke up, my cousin was inside of me. I'm trying not to be too explicit, but to the grown folks, y'all know what I mean when I say he was inside of me at the age of 5, around 5 years old. I would just wake up and he's in me, touching on me. I remember back then I used to love playing the game. The Nintendo game. And I remember my cousin, he had that game system. And we used to have, it was like a little gun, and you have to shoot the birds on the game. Like you have a gun and you have to shoot the birds. And anyway, he would get me to go up to his room by saying, "You want to play the game?" I'm a little girl, and I wanted to play the game. I wasn't thinking nothing else. I didn't know about those things. So he'd get me to go upstairs in his room. This is the last thing I remember. And we'd start off playing the game. But by the end of the game, I remember he'd lay back in the bed and he'd have me to ride him at the age of 5 years old. This is something that I never talked about, but I'm talking about it because I just want to say to the parents out there, be careful of who you let watch your children, especially family. 9 times out of 10, molestation and sexual abuse, it always starts inside the household. It always be a close family member most of the time. And that's why now I am extremely protective over my daughter. I don't let my daughter stay with nobody. And no, you don't have to live in fear, but you have to have common sense. The devil, he's after our children, and he used people to do those such cruel and awful things. And when you go through something like that as a child and you didn't go through therapy and you really didn't talk to nobody about that, instead you just kept quiet and you just continued to maneuver in life. But those are traumatic events as a child. Those things it changes your life, It can have you, when you grow up, you start being very sexual. when you get molested, I don't know why, but it can have you when you grow. Now, some people can do the opposite, but it can have you where you become very sexual, and it'll have you falling in type of sins that is so detrimental to your life. And, you know, even through that period of my life, I think that I just thank God for being there for me and being my comfort zone. And it end up, I don't know, y'all. I just be careful who you let around your children, especially when they can't talk. And if something has happened, if something like that has happened to your babies, or they come to you, you know, first off, you know, you have to let your children, they're going to need counseling, and they're going to need, you know, your guidance, and they're going to need extra love, you know. Don't, if it happened to your child, don't just push it under the rug and be quiet about it. Like, actually get the proper help that they're going to need, because that is traumatic. That is a traumatic thing to happen to a child. And it happened to me, but to God be the glory, it didn't break me. Yes, I went through some things after that as I got older that I wish I can take back, sexual things, but I thank God now that even through that, he still just, he kept me. So, to the parents out there, just be mindful who around your children. Just be mindful. Y'all, I don't, this video not going to be long at all. I just wanted to say and just get it off my chest. And if you have any questions or whatever, just let me know, y'all. And keep me in my prayers. And I'm definitely praying for y'all. I'm praying for the whole world. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to my channel. And if y'all have any questions or want me to talk about anything, just let me know. Thumbs up my video. Share however you see fit. And I will talk to you guys next time. You don't have to worry. And don't you be afraid. Joy comes in the morning. Troubles, they don't last always. Remember, there's a friend named Jesus who will wipe your tears away. And if your heart is broken, just live.